making English enjoyable every day. Welcome to Enjoy English with Nora and Liam. Hello, everyone. Can I ask you a simple question? Have you ever wanted to say something in English, but before you even opened your mouth, your brain suddenly said, "Wait, let me translate first."
Oh, yes. And then your brain opens about 15 different tabs: grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, past tense, present tense. And after all that hard work, the conversation is already over.
Exactly. Someone asks, "How are you?" And 5 seconds later, you're still thinking, should I say I'm fine, I'm good, or I'm doing well?
Meanwhile, the other person has already started talking to someone else.
If you've ever experienced that, don't worry. You're definitely not the only one. Millions of English learners go through exactly the same thing. And today, we're going to help you change that. Not with difficult grammar rules, not by memorizing hundreds of vocabulary words, and definitely not by studying a giant textbook all day.
Good, because I don't think anyone wakes up and says, "You know what sounds fun today? A 400-page grammar book."
Probably not. Instead, today we're going to train your brain to think directly in English, little by little, one simple habit at a time. Because once you stop translating every sentence, speaking feels easier, listening feels easier, and something amazing happens. Your confidence starts growing.
And trust me, confidence changes everything. You might already know hundreds of English words, but if you're afraid to use them, they stay locked inside your head. Today, we're going to unlock them.
By the way, I'm Nora.
And I'm Liam. We're really happy you're spending a little time with us today. Maybe you've been learning English for 6 months, maybe for 6 years, or maybe today is your very first lesson. Whatever your level is, you're in the right place.
Now, let me ask you another question. When a baby learns their first language, do they translate?
Nope. I've never seen a 2-year-old thinking, "Wait, what's the English word for milk?"
Exactly. Children don't translate. They connect words directly to pictures, to feelings, to experiences. When they see an apple, they don't think apple means, they simply know. And that's exactly how fluent English speakers think.
So here's the exciting news. Your brain can learn to do that too. It doesn't matter if you're 15, 25, 45, or even 75. Your brain loves patterns. You just need to give it the right kind of practice.
And that's exactly what today's episode is all about. Simple habits, real English, no pressure.
Before we begin, can I ask everyone for one small favor?
Sure, what is it?
For the next few minutes, please stop trying to be perfect. Seriously, perfect English is not today's goal. Progress is. Because every mistake you make is proof that you're learning.
I completely agree. Confidence doesn't come before practice. Confidence comes because of practice. Every sentence you speak, even if it's not perfect, makes your English a little stronger.
Think about riding a bicycle. Nobody learns without wobbling a little. And English works exactly the same way. You speak, you make mistakes, you improve, and one day you realize, wow, I'm actually thinking in English.
I love that. So, grab a cup of coffee, go for a walk, or simply sit back and relax. Because today, we're going to explore the very first habit that can completely change the way you learn English.
And the best part? You can start using it today.
Let's begin. So, let's start with a simple question. Why do we translate in the first place? If translating makes speaking slower, why does our brain keep doing it? Well, the answer is actually very simple. Your brain is trying to help you.
Exactly. Your brain isn't your enemy. It's actually working very hard. Imagine you've spoken your native language your whole life, maybe for 20, 30, or even 50 years. Of course your brain wants to use the language it already knows best.
That's right. Think about driving to work. The first time you drove a car, you probably thought about everything. Where's the brake? When should I change gears? Am I going too fast? But today, you probably drive without thinking about every little step. Speaking English works the same way.
I like that example. And here's another one. Have you ever typed your phone password without even looking? Then one day someone asks, "What's your password?" And suddenly you can't remember it.
Yes, your fingers remember, but your brain gets confused. Language is very similar. The more you practice, the more English becomes automatic.
So here's the good news. If translating is a habit, that means it can be replaced with a better habit. And habits don't change overnight. They change one small step at a time.
Exactly. Today, we're going to build a new habit. Not a difficult one, not a stressful one, a simple habit that you can practice every single day. And the first habit is called see the picture, not the translation.
What does that mean?
Let's imagine I say one word, apple. What appeared in your mind? Did you see a red apple, or did you first think of the word in your own language? Be honest.
I think most people translated it first, and that's completely normal.
It is, but here's a little exercise. Next time you learn a new English word, don't connect it to another word. Connect it to an image. For example, don't think apple means. Instead, imagine holding an apple. Imagine taking a bite. Imagine the sweet taste. Imagine the color. Now your brain connects English to an experience, not a translation.
That's actually how children learn. Nobody gives a baby a dictionary.
Exactly. Children learn through pictures, through sounds, through real life. And believe it or not, adults can learn the same way.
Let's try another example. Ready? The word is rain. Don't translate it. Close your eyes for just 1 second. Can you hear the rain? Can you see people holding umbrellas? Can you smell the fresh air after the rain? That's English without translation.
Perfect. And that's your first challenge today. Whenever you learn a new word, pause for a moment. Create a picture in your mind. The stronger the picture, the easier the word becomes to remember.
And don't worry if it feels strange at first. Every new habit feels a little strange. Remember the first time you used a smartphone? You probably tapped the wrong buttons. Now you do everything without thinking.
Exactly. Your English brain is growing the same way, little by little, day by day. And trust us, one day you'll suddenly notice something amazing. You'll answer a question without translating first. And when that happens, you're going to smile because you'll realize, I'm actually thinking in English.
And that's one of the best feelings in the world for an English learner.
All right, now that we understand why our brain translates, it's time to learn the first daily habit that can slowly train your brain to think directly in English. And trust me, it's much easier than you think. All right, let's start with the very first daily habit. And honestly, this might be the easiest English exercise you'll ever do. It's called Narrate Your Day in English. Don't worry, it sounds more difficult than it really is.
Wait, narrate my day? You mean I should walk around my house talking to myself? If someone sees me, they're going to think I've completely lost my mind.
I know, it feels a little funny at first, but here's a secret. Every fluent English speaker talks to themselves sometimes. And no, it doesn't mean you're crazy. It means you're practicing.
That's actually true. I even talk to myself when I'm looking for my keys. Where did I put them? Oh, there they are.
Exactly. And today, we're simply going to do that in English. You don't need another person. You don't need a classroom. You don't even need perfect grammar. You just need your voice.
So, where do we start?
Start with the simplest things around you. For example, imagine you've just woken up. Instead of thinking in your native language, say simple English sentences like, I'm awake. It's a beautiful morning. I need to brush my teeth. I'm feeling a little sleepy. Simple, natural, useful.
And you don't have to make long speeches. One sentence is enough. Then another, then another. Little by little, your brain starts creating English automatically.
Exactly. Now, let's imagine you're making breakfast. You can say, I'm making coffee. The water is boiling. I need some bread. Where's the butter? Even if nobody answers, you're still practicing.
Although if the butter answers back, you might have a different problem.
I think it's time to get more sleep.
Definitely.
Now, let's try something together. If you're listening right now, look around you. Seriously, take 1 second. What do you see? Maybe a chair, a window, a phone, a cup of coffee. Now, describe one thing in English. It doesn't have to be perfect. For example, my phone is on the table. The window is open. The room is quiet. Congratulations! You just practiced English.
See, that wasn't difficult at all. No textbook, no grammar test, no pressure. Just real English.
And here's something very important. Don't translate the sentence first. Look and speak. If you don't know a word, don't stop. Use another word. Instead of saying, I don't know the English word for, describe it. For example, I don't know the word for this, but it's something I use to open a door. That's still English.
That's one of my favorite tips, because in real conversations, native speakers do that too. Sometimes everyone forgets a word. The conversation doesn't stop. People simply explain it another way.
Exactly. Communication is more important than perfection. Always remember that. Now, let's make the exercise a little more interesting. Imagine you're leaving your house. Say things like, I'm putting on my shoes. I'm locking the door. It's sunny today. I think I'll be late. These are sentences you'll actually use in real life.
And after a week, you'll notice something amazing. Those sentences won't feel like practice anymore. They'll become automatic, just like saying, good morning.
That's the goal. We don't want you to memorize English. We want you to live in English for a few minutes every day.
And here's a fun challenge. For the next 24 hours, try narrating your day in English for just 5 minutes. Not an hour, not 30 minutes, just 5. You'll be surprised how much English you already know.
Absolutely. Small habits create big results. One sentence today becomes a conversation tomorrow, and one conversation can change your confidence forever.
All right, now that you've learned your first daily habit, it's time for the second one. And this one might completely change the way you remembered new vocabulary.
So far, you've learned how to narrate your day in English. Now, it's time for another powerful habit. And honestly, this habit changed the way I learn new languages. It's called think with pictures, not words.
Wait, didn't we already talk about pictures earlier?
We did, but now we're going to turn that idea into a daily exercise because knowing something and practicing it are two completely different things.
That's true. It's kind of like watching cooking videos all day and expecting dinner to cook itself.
Exactly. Learning only happens when you actually do it. So here's today's challenge. Whenever you learn a new English word, don't translate it. Instead, create a movie in your mind.
A movie, not just a picture?
Yes, a moving picture, because our brains remember stories much better than lists. Let's try one together. The word is running. Don't translate it. Instead, imagine yourself running through a beautiful park on a cool morning. You can hear birds singing. You can feel the fresh air. Now, you'll remember that word much longer.
I like that. Let's try another one. The word is hungry. Don't think of your native language. Imagine it's lunchtime. Your stomach starts making funny noises. You open the refrigerator and it's completely empty.
That's definitely a terrible feeling, but you'll probably never forget the word hungry now.
Exactly. Your brain remembers emotions, funny moments, pictures, not translations.
Now, let's play a quick game. If you're listening, join us. Ready? We'll say a word, you create the picture. No translating, just imagine. The first word, beach. Can you see the ocean? The blue sky? The waves? Maybe you're building a sandcastle. Perfect. Now, next word, coffee. Can you smell it? Is it hot? Are you holding a warm cup in your hands? Wonderful. One more. Rain. Can you hear the raindrops? Can you see people opening umbrellas? Maybe you're standing by a window watching the rainfall. Excellent.
See, that exercise only took about a minute, but your brain learned 3 English words without translating even once.
And here's another little challenge. The next time you open your refrigerator, don't think milk means. Simply look at the milk and say, milk. That's it. The object becomes the meaning. No translation needed.
You can do this everywhere, in the kitchen, at the supermarket, in your office, even while you're walking outside.
Exactly. Your whole day becomes an English classroom, without homework, without pressure, without expensive courses.
I wish someone had taught me this years ago. It would have saved me a lot of frustration.
Me too. Sometimes the simplest methods are the most powerful, and this is definitely one of them.
All right, you've learned 2 daily habits already. Narrate your day and think with pictures. But what if you still freeze when someone starts talking to you?
That's exactly what we're going to fix next, because our third habit is all about building tiny conversations that make real conversations feel easy. So far, you've learned 2 simple habits. First, narrate your day in English. Second, think with pictures instead of translating words. Now it's time for our third habit, and honestly, this might be my favorite one. It's called build tiny conversations.
Tiny conversations? What exactly does that mean?
It means practicing short conversations before you need them in real life. Think about it. Most daily conversations aren't very long. They're usually just a few simple sentences.
You're right. When I buy a coffee, I don't give a 5-minute speech.
Exactly. Most conversations start with something simple, like, "Good morning, how are you? What would you like? Thank you. Have a nice day." These little conversations happen every single day, so why not practice them before they happen?
That actually makes a lot of sense. Instead of waiting for a real conversation, you create one yourself.
Exactly. Let's practice together. Imagine you're walking into a coffee shop. I'll be the barista, you'll be the customer. Ready?
Let's do it.
Good morning. What would you like today? Take a moment and answer out loud. Don't just think, actually say it. Maybe you said, "I'd like a cup of coffee, please." Great. Now let's continue. Would you like anything to eat?
Again, answer out loud. Maybe, yes, I'd like a sandwich, or no, thank you. Both are perfect.
See? You just had a real English conversation, and you didn't even leave your house.
That's actually fun. Can we try another one?
Of course. This time, imagine you're meeting someone for the first time. I'll start. "Hi, my name is Nora. What's your name?" Pause the video if you need more time. Say your answer clearly.
Now I'll ask the next question. Nice to meet you. Where are you from? Go ahead, answer naturally.
Wonderful. Now, one more. What do you enjoy doing in your free time? Think for a second and answer in English. Remember, simple sentences are enough.
See how natural that feels? The more you practice these tiny conversations, the less nervous you'll feel in real life.
Exactly. Confidence doesn't suddenly appear. It's built, one conversation at a time.
And here's something really interesting. Your brain doesn't always know the difference between practice and a real conversation. The more you practice speaking out loud, the more comfortable you'll feel when the real moment comes.
Now I have a challenge for you. Actually, it's a challenge for everyone watching. I call it the 7-Day English Challenge.
Ooh, I like challenges. What do we have to do?
It's very simple. For the next 7 days, spend just 15 minutes with English. Not 2 hours, not 1 hour, just 15 minutes. 5 minutes narrating your day, 5 minutes thinking with pictures, 5 minutes practicing tiny conversations. That's it.
15 minutes? Honestly, most of us spend more than that deciding what to watch on YouTube.
That's true. And here's the best part. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Miss one sentence? That's okay. Forget a word? That's okay too. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is progress.
Imagine how much stronger your English could become after 7 days, then after 1 month, then after 6 months. Small habits really do create big changes.
Absolutely. One sentence becomes two. Two sentences become a conversation. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll answer someone in English without translating first. That's the moment you've been working toward.
And trust us, it's one of the most rewarding feelings you'll ever experience as an English learner.
We're almost at the end of today's episode, but before we say goodbye, there's one final message we really want to share with you. A message that could completely change the way you see your English journey. Before we finish today's episode, I want you to stop for just a moment. Take a deep breath and think about where you were before you started listening today. Maybe you believed, my English isn't good enough. Maybe you thought, I'll never be able to speak fluently. Or maybe you were simply waiting for the perfect time to begin.
If that's how you felt, I want you to know something. Every fluent English speaker was once a beginner. Every person who speaks English confidently today made mistakes. Lots of mistakes. Some were nervous, some forgot words, some even wanted to give up. The difference is they kept going.
Exactly. Learning English isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up again and again and again. Some days you'll feel confident. Some days you'll forget simple words. That's completely normal. Progress isn't a straight line. It's a journey.
Think about learning to ride a bicycle. The first few days, you wobble, you lose your balance. Maybe you even fall. But imagine if you stopped after the first fall. You'd never discover how amazing it feels to ride with confidence. English is exactly the same.
And remember something important. You don't need to study for 5 hours every day. You don't need to know every grammar rule. You don't need a perfect accent. What you really need is consistency. Just a few minutes, every single day. Small steps become big results.
Let's quickly remember today's 3 habits. First, narrate your day in English. Second, think with pictures instead of translating words. Third, practice tiny conversations before you need them in real life. That's your plan. Simple, practical, and powerful.
Now, here's our promise to you. If you spend just 15 minutes a day practicing these habits, you won't become fluent overnight, and we don't want to make unrealistic promises. But week after week, month after month, you'll notice something wonderful. You'll hesitate less. You'll understand more. You'll speak with more confidence. And one day, you'll realize you're thinking in English without even noticing.
And when that day comes, we hope you'll remember this episode and smile, because every big achievement starts with one small decision. Maybe today is yours.
Before we say goodbye, we have a little challenge for you. After this episode ends, look around the room you're in. Choose 5 objects and describe each one using one simple English sentence. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak. Then tomorrow, do it again. Little by little, your confidence will grow.
And if you enjoyed spending time with us today, we'd love to have you back. Every episode is designed to help you learn English in a simple, relaxed, and enjoyable way. No pressure, just real conversations and steady progress.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Whether you're listening at home, on your way to work, during a walk, or while enjoying a cup of coffee, we're truly happy you spent this time with us.
Keep believing in yourself, keep speaking, keep making mistakes, and most importantly, keep enjoying the journey. Because every sentence you speak today brings you one step closer to the confident English speaker you want to become.
We'll be here cheering you on every step of the way. Until next time, take care of yourself, keep practicing, and keep enjoying English. Bye, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode of Enjoy English with Nora and Liam.